Let me know when you're ready, brother. Boom. Okay. Yaine, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, my name is Gerald. I'm with the Oscar Grant Committee. And I'd like to start off by just asking you, I understand that you are not one of the hunger strikers, but you are in league with the hunger strikers. You are working to support them by handling their media stuff. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Explain to our listeners and viewers exactly what that means, what you do.
Well, I've been managing the Facebook page along with Edwin Lindo, and we have an Instagram account.
Slow down. Along with
Edwin Lindo, he's been doing it when he feels like it here, and I've been releasing daily press statements to the press to let them know what's going on, how the strikers are doing, how they're feeling, if anything has happened, if there's been any action, just keeping everybody updated.
What do you think of the quality of the coverage that you have seen from what I guess I'd have to call the corporate-owned media? They like to call it mainstream. I prefer to identify it as corporate-owned.
Well, there hasn't been any coverage on a national level from the mainstream media, really.
The Chronicle, maybe?
The Chronicle is a local. The Chronicle's always biased towards City Hall and the police, and we know that. It's been my experience that they'll always take the side of the police and not tell the actual story.
Have they been doing this with this hunger strike?
They have, and the first day one network came out, KPIX came out, and there was a coalition on homelessness action in the Clarion Alley, and they linked it with us and made it seem like we had threatened the mayor with physical harm when it wasn't our action at all, and it was somebody else's action and somebody else's words who had nothing to do with this. So.
Okay, so they're slandering. KPIX is guilty of slander and misidentification in an effort to provoke people against you.
Well, I didn't think of it that way. I just thought it was sloppy and lazy.
Well, yeah. In the service of being provocative.
So.
Okay. Well, look. Let's. So, have you received good media from any source?
Well, Univision has been out here talking. Univision.
Yes. That's the Spanish-speaking station.
Yes.
Channel 14, right?
Yes. And KTVU actually did good coverage last night. That's the only thing I've seen so far. We've spoken to some others, and we're just waiting to see how the story comes out. I know Huffington Post has a piece coming out, and that's by someone who is an ally of the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition and our organization. So.
Well, you hear, as long as I've been here, I've been hearing people honk their horns in solidarity with the hunger strikers, and it just dawns on me. I say, my goodness. What can we do to transform those honks into another form of support that might be more tangible? What do you think?
We need everybody to call Mayor Edley and tell him that the chief of police needs to be fired. There needs to be real police department reform. They need to bring in community policing, none of this paramilitary policing anymore.
What do you mean by paramilitary policing?
It's my father's from Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is still under the stigmatism of Mussolini attempting to invade and then the communists taking over in the 70s. And he feels that the police department in America is a fascist state. It's the beginning of fascism in America. He says that a lot. They should be serving the community. That's the oath that they took, to serve and protect. And getting to know their community, being part of caring about the community instead of coming out to terrorize the community, which is what I feel they're doing now. I rarely meet a police officer nowadays who's like, oh, I'm doing this because I care, because I want to make a difference, because this is my community. So, and the ones who do police like that are marginalized by other police officers. So I think they completely need to change the way they police. They need to be better trained in terms of crisis intervention and helping people with mental health care issues, and they need to reflect their community and come from their community. My grandfather was a police officer in San Francisco, and when he became a police officer, you had to live in San Francisco. None of them live in San Francisco anymore. And they're actually actively hiring police officers who've committed murder as officers in other parts of the Bay Area, who've committed offenses, excessive force, civil rights violations, and they welcome them to SFPD, which is the highest paid police department in the Bay Area. It starts at $96,000, the salary. So,
Damn.
and the chief of police makes more money than the president of the United States, salary-wise.
Well, what next for this effort?
They're committed to fasting until their demand of Chief Sir being gone is met. If he doesn't do that, I believe the next step should be to get rid of the mayor. The mayor has shown that he is not a leader. He does not serve the voters or the community. He serves big business and corporate interests and developers.